Yo, this is my first video, which is dedicated specifically to software engineering. Okay, I'm gonna be releasing a lot of videos related to software engineering, and I'm gonna explain a lot of things which I have gone through, what I'm learning, what I have learned. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Now, my very first piece of advice to anyone who is trying to enter the field of software engineering is that they have to know exactly what they want to learn and what they want to use it for. If, for example, you want to learn JavaScript or a JavaScript framework such as React or Next.js, you have to know, like, what's your end game? What do you want to do with it? You see what I mean? If you just want to go out there and get a job, then you can go on the internet and basically, learn from anyone who is giving out good info about what you want to learn. But if your end game is that you want to develop something, you want to create some infrastructure as code for yourself and earn money out of it, then you just can't be a student of everyone. You see what I mean? You have to know who you have to learn from. You see what I mean? There's a lot of fake software engineers who are just out there to get money from sponsors. You see what I mean? Sponsors will sponsor them, such as, talk about Firebase to people, to want to be programmers, so that they start to use Firebase. But when you look at Firebase from the practical perspective, if you want to develop your own company, Firebase is total rubbish, because what happens is that, one, they give you a limited period of time in which your project can run for free. Then after that, you have to incur expenses. And as your project grows, your expenses can be really big. You see what I mean? But that influencer who you are learning from is being paid. You see what I mean? I mean, these back-end services companies, so many back-end services companies right now who want to just make money. You know what I mean? But when you're a startup, you want to reduce on your expenses. You don't want to be spending and spending and spending. You need to have some sort of way by which you spend and you gain. You know what I mean? And you wanna maximize your gain. Okay, we had the power outage and power just came back, so I was just switching off the fridge. It's making noise. So yeah, so you wanna maximize your gain. You see what I mean? And the only way you can maximize your gain is to make sure that you spending less. So if you are someone who follows an influencer who, tutors you on services, okay, on platforms which you can reuse for your own, like, money-making projects, then get away from that tutor. Probably watch one or two of their videos, but stop following them. You see what I mean? Follow an influencer whose end game is to make you build a real infrastructure that makes real money. You see what I mean? Yeah. Software engineering is a very wide field, and if all you want is to build infrastructure, then you have to know the technologies which you can use to build infrastructure. You see what I mean? When you go deep, you're gonna find that you can learn as much as you can, but you can't learn everything. So you have to specialize. You know what I'm saying? You can be a full stack developer, but it doesn't mean that you create databases. You see what I mean? You have to outsource the databases. You see what I mean? And when you are outsourcing that database, be careful. You see what I mean? If your end game is just to learn, you can learn any database. But if your end game is to create infrastructure as code, then you can't just use any database. You got to know which database can help you build that infrastructure as code. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So just be careful, guys. be careful. You know, the first thing that I can advise anyone who wants to enter the field of software engineering is just build the hello world. If you can build the hello world, then you have begun. Every journey starts with a first step. So once you make your first step, the rest is history. You see what I'm saying? You go to your next step, the next step, the next step. You see what I'm saying? And you keep going. You get what I mean? I know some of you say, oh, learn the latest and greatest. Yes, it's good to learn the latest and greatest, but some technologies which are old school are still very useful in making you really understand the latest and greatest. You see what I'm saying? If you're a front-end developer, I'd rather you do 1 or 2 or 3 React projects before you go to anything else above it. You get what I mean? Because you will be able to understand why those new frameworks are new frameworks. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. If you're a backend developer, then there are several options out there. You see what I'm saying? Try them out and see which one works for you. At the same time, be cautious that some of these influencers who teach you, they're just teaching you stuff, okay, that is going to make them make money. You get what I'm saying? So you don't want to learn all the stuff. You know what I'm saying? You want to learn stuff that's relevant to your field. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So guys, the journey has started. This channel has started, dedicated entirely to software engineering. If you are someone who don't have interest in software engineering, then this is not going to be for you. You see what I'm saying? Check out my other channels. I've got channels, a channel on lifestyle, Zambian YouTuber X. I just talk about lifestyle, okay, and I talk about tourism. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But on this channel, it's all gonna be software engineering, okay? That's all that we're gonna do. All right. So guys, when you're new and you want to get into software engineering, it's a game of practicing. That's all. It is a game of practicing. Don't start learning like this framework, this programming environment works like this, works like this. No. Pick a project. Or follow someone who's doing a project. Even a small one. Even a 30 minutes project. Just follow it. Follow along. It's a better way of learning. You see what I mean? Than just going into the theory and digging into the theory and you think you're gonna just get everything and everything's gonna work like that. No, some things in the theory, you just learn them as you go. Okay? So don't worry about, hey, I need to understand everything that this application, this programming environment does. No, you don't. You need to be very specific. You want to achieve this, how do you achieve it? That's just how it's learned. How software engineering is learned. You see what I mean? There is artificial intelligence which has come on the scene, and using artificial intelligence, you could actually get some of the code written. But the disadvantage that I've noticed with artificial intelligence is that yes, the code will be developed, but it won't be exactly what you want for your project. You need to make some tweaks, you need to make some changes. You need to make it be usable in your production. Okay, whatever infrastructure as code that you're developing. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, people can say AI can do everything for you. No, it's not true. Let me be honest with you. It is not true. You see what I'm saying? AI is simply kind of like you are a chef and you're working in the kitchen, okay, and they bring you an air fryer. You see what I mean? That's what AI is. Or they bring you a dishwasher. It doesn't take away the job of a chef. It simply takes away the job of washing dishes. You see what I mean? So AI will help in generating code snippets, but not in generating the entire program. Because programming needs human beings to think, what do we want to do? How do we want to look at? And how do we want it to look like? That requires human beings. not artificial intelligence. Okay, guys. So hit me with a comment. Tell me what you think about what I've said, and let's rock on, eh? It is time to rock on. I'm out of here. See you.